Hello, I'm Eloise and this is my channel, and for today's video I've decided to do a 3 looks in one palette with the brand new Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette. And this has been such a staple in my makeup kit for about over 2 weeks now when I got sent it. It's got the most gorgeous 6 matte neutral shades. So you will see me in a minute do 3 different looks using the palette. This is the final one, just as a little sneak peek. But yeah, if you want to see how I create 3 looks with the Naked Petite Heat and also a little guest appearance from some brand new Hi-Fi Shine lip glosses by Urban Decay, then just keep watching. So for the first look, I think I'm going to do a cut crease because I haven't actually done one on my channel before, and I think this is the perfect palette to create it. So first of all, I'm going to take the shade Heist on Morphe R39 and I'm just going to stamp that into the crease like I usually would. So you know I always like to go in with one of my deepest colours first, just so that the most amount of pigment is laid down. And when you open your eyes, it's really important that you can still see the colour, sort of like here. And then I like to go in with my transition shade to blend it out. So I'm going to go in with my 224 and the shade Hot Spell, going on top of the colour, but so the brush is sort of half not on the colour, half on the colour, if that makes sense. And in really tiny circular motions, hardly any pressure, I'm just going to buff that out. And with a cut crease, it's really important to have a really strong crease, so most amount of colour is in the crease, so where we cut it, it's really nice and defined. And then when there's hardly anything left on the brush, I really need to start winging it out, because that's where the cut crease is going to go. And when you are dipping back into colour, make sure you're blending it into the centre of the eye first and then going towards the outer corner, because we don't want too much colour built up in the outer corner. We want it to be nice and soft. You can see that's really nicely winging out. Just going to build up the crease colour and slightly winging that as well when there's hardly anything left on the brush. And now I'm going to go in with my Zoeva 231 brush into the shade Stripe, deep plum shade, and I'm just going to pop that right into the crease, which is where we want the deepest colour to go, so that it really defines when we cut the crease. You can sort of slightly wing that out as well. And we still want to be able to see it when our eyes are open. Now going back in with all the previous brushes, just to help blend out that stripe colour. Okay, now it should sort of look a little something like this. To cut the crease, I like to use a Zoeva 226. It's a nice, small, dense smudging brush, and it's the perfect shape for a cut crease, so you can literally just stamp on the concealer and it pretty much does all the work for you. And I'm going to cut the crease with the All Nighter concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, because it's a nice thick formula. And a little trick is to just place the concealer onto the lid and look up and all around, and that sort of creates a shape for you. So I'm obviously going to neaten this bit up, but that's how high you should go, so that when you put anything on top, it's not going to transfer when you open your eyes, when you relax your eyes. So I'm just stamping concealer on. And making sure to keep looking forward so you can still see the concealer on the fold of your eye, and that ensures it's not going to transfer. And now we do need to work on the outer portion of the eye. It's important to relax your eye a little bit. Firstly, sketch out where you want the wing part of the cut crease to go, and then you can make it a little bit neater. And making sure that the concealer is nice and tacky and not too wet as well. Now we've got a nice negative space. I'm going to start to lay down Hot Spell. Now I want to go in with Wild Thing. Then to finish it off, I'm going to line my lash line with the limited edition pencil that's with the collection, which is called Alkaline, and it's this beautiful burgundy plum shade. Once they dry down, they do not budge. They are waterproof. They're 50% moisturising ingredients, that's why they're so creamy. And now I'm going to start to sort of create a wing as well. And that is what your cut crease should look like. I'm just going to throw on some lashes and then we'll come back and finish the under eyes. So I've stuck some lashes on and I feel like that just completes the look. It looks so pretty. And now I'm going to just do my under eye. So I've already put alkaline in my waterline and I'm just going to smudge it slightly underneath. Sort of join it up to the wing as well. I'm going to start to smudge it out with a tiny little pencil brush and then grab the shade Heist and start to buff that out even more. Then I'm just going to grab my R39 with the shade Heist. I'm going to take the shade Inhale as an inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight. That is look 1 using the Petite Heat palette. And now we're going to go over to the other eye and do more of a halo eye. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the same colours. So I'm going to go in with Heist on my Morphe R39. And because it's an halo eye, we're going to keep this one quite rounded. We're not going to wing it out. Now I'm going to go in with Wild Thing and my 224 by Zoeva. And half on the colour and half off the colour, that's where I'm placing my brush, like the first look, just to really help buff that Heist away. And then grabbing Hot Spell and just buffing away Wild Thing. The exact same steps, just in a different shape as the cut crease. And that was really, really quick, and we've got a lot of depth into the crease, because again, like, we're cutting the crease, so that's where we want the most depth. Now I'm just grabbing my 231 and the shade Stripe and just popping that right into the crease and really concentrating in the outer and the inner corner. And you still want to be able to see that dark colour when you've got your eye open. Now I'm just going to grab the previous brushes with no extra product on them, just to really help buff out edges. And this eye technique I find really suits my eyes because I've got quite wide set eyes, so the darkness in the inner corner really helps to push the eyes together almost. So that is the foundations for the halo eye, and I'm going to take my 226 again with the All Nighter Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to put that on my lid and look up and all around, and that creates the guideline for you to sort of neaten up. And again, I'm stamping the shape of the brush onto the eye. And like I said before with the cut crease, you want that fold there to still be able to be seen. And that is what you want your centre section to look like, so it's cut down the middle and then it's not as neat around the outside because we're going to blend out the edges. So I'm taking the shade Wild Thing on a flat brush and I'm just pressing that in the outer corner. And when there's not much product left on the brush, I'm just feathering that in so it's not a start-stop situation. Same on the other side. I'm making sure that I've got the middle brightness right in the centre of my pupil. Next colour, I'm going to go in with Heist, same brush, and just feather in those edges. So they've got a nice gradient. And then with a teeny weeny brush, I'm just going to take the darkest stripe colour to really deepen up that outer. And I really actually like just that brightness in the middle, so I'm not actually going to put anything on top other than a tiny weeny bit of glitter. So this is the Heavy Metal Glitter in the shade Midnight Cowboy. I think it's just nice to add a little bit of glitter to an all matte look. Love that. So now I'm just going to add some eyelashes and I'll be right back to do the lower lash line. Okay, so I've just popped Torch, which is another limited edition pencil from the Heat collection, and I've just put that in the waterline, buffing out that pencil before it dries down. And this is a really nice tip actually, if you find that your lower lash line shadow doesn't stay on, put a pencil down first and it's just going to cling on for a lot longer. I'm going to keep it more orangey on the lower lash line because we've got it quite dark and smoky on this side. So I'm going to take the shade Heist with the R39. You don't have to take it as low down as me, I just think it's really flattering. I really like a low, smoky lower lash line, and also hides those under eye circles, doesn't it? Takes the attention away from it. I'm going to take my 224 and Wild Thing And to finish off, obviously popping Inhale into the inner corner and on the brow bone. So this is look number 2. Completely forgot to put some lower lash line mascara on. Silly me. Okay, so I'm going to take these off and come back with your third look. Okay, so instead of starting off with Heist this time, I'm going to go in with Wild Thing. Start this step with all of my eyeshadow looks, so if this is a bit repetitive, sorry. And now I'm going to go in with Hot Spell with my 224, and as always buffing out that edge. So now that's really nice and blended, I'm just going to grab Wild Thing again just to intensify, and blending out with Hot Spell. I feel like a blown out smoky eye is just my signature look. Now with my 231 I'm going to take the shade Strike and I'm going to really tuck that into the crease and help to blend with the previous brushes. I want this colour to be the star of the show. I'm taking it up quite high and just buffing around the edges with the previous brushes. I want it to be really dark and smoky, because we're going to have a little bit of fun with the lower lash line. I'm just going to continue to pop that all over the lid. You've seen me do this technique 1,000 times. And that is a really blended smoky eye. And now, onto my favourite bit. I'm just going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Abyss and pop that into my waterline, and then wiggling that into the lash line. Adding a pop of colour on the lower lash line is one of my favourite things to do, and I haven't actually put it on my channel yet, so I thought what better day to do it than with the Petite. And this is just a clean 227. And now I'm going to go in with my literal favourite pencil from Urban Decay. It's called Deep End, and I'm just running that quite low. And the reason I like to do a dark blue close to the lash line is if I just put Deep End there, and it looks a little bit funny, you need a little bit of darkness in the lash line. So I'm just going to hop off camera, put some lashes on, do the other eye, and then I'll be right back. So I was just finishing off my makeup, and something very exciting just came in the post. So I'm very excited to open this. More Hi-Fi Shine glosses! Oh, I cannot. I'm building up a nice little collection now. I've already got Candy Flip, which is this purple blue iridescent one, and Fireball, which is like orangey pink goldy sort of iridescent one, and now I've got SPL. How pretty! And also Midnight Cowgirl, which is like your classic nude. So we've got Candy Flip, Fireball, SPL and Midnight Cowgirl. How gorgeous are those? So I'm really not sure what one to use today. Obviously I've already used Fireball in my last video, which is linked down below. That is a spring skin makeup tutorial. So I'm just going to quickly line my lips with Liar Lip Pencil, obviously my favourite lip liner by Urban Decay. So can you tell why this is my favourite colour? It's a perfect brown sort of pinky nude, so it goes well with every single nude. It's a gorgeous colour. So I think I've decided, let's see what SPL looks like. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. Oh wow. I have to zoom you in. Look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. It's got like a gold reflect running through it as well. And it's got that tingly feeling like I said about last time. So it's the vanilla and peppermint extract. Guys, I literally am obsessed with these lip glosses. They're incredible. They're so comfortable. They're not sticky. I've never seen a lip gloss like this. Have you? No. So yeah, these launch on the 26th of April, so you better go out and grab your Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss. So this is the third and final look that I've done using the Naked Petite Heat palette. I just am obsessed with this palette. I've been using it for 2 weeks straight. It's just such an incredible, versatile product. You can add colour to it, you can add glitter to it. It's just such a staple base product for your eyeshadow. All the mattes that you need, all the mattes that flatter absolutely every single skin tone and eye colour as well. So it's a must-have in your makeup kit. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all the jazz! If you haven't already, that would be amazing, thanks. I'm Eloise, this is my channel, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.